Hey guys, this is Romeo. Romeo Bocala from Romeo Bocala, the Code to Fox podcast. Sorry for the noise because I'm printing out my next topic for my full length podcast episode. This is my how many I don't know how many reaction to a channel. So I am being honest here. I will not edit this or what. Show you how being behind the scenes of being a YouTuber. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, here's this channel in reaction to sorry, sorry for that. Hey, contents. It's pretty good. No, he see interview no people and let them say what they want. I'm very surprised people love it. Okay, here's one here video.
I was hangry,
Okay.
and that's why I started daily working long hours, eating lunch at like.
Okay.
I didn't forgive my mom for the morning I killed a guy that went to prison and she was watching and she didn't do nothing. I didn't forgive her for that. But I had to kill a guy, man, and she was watching and when I was screaming for help, she didn't do nothing, she just watched. Him and two other guys, she gets over my sister's door. I shut the door about 4:30 a.m. And he went outside about 10 minutes later, man, they come around the corner with fucking out. They were drunk and high, and they tackled me. They stabbed me in my chest, and one guy pulled a knife out of my chest, and he slipped and fell on a knife because it was raining. And my mom was watching with her sister-in-law, her brother, my brother, and the neighbors were watching. Nobody did that. Yeah, I did 15 years this morning. Went down, got arrested as a kid, got out 36 and a half years old. Still on my life, man. And I need to forgive her for it. I needed her to save me. She didn't save me.
And you were protecting yourself and your sister?
Yeah.
Have you tried to find healing in any way?
Yeah, do drugs, but it won't work. I won't die. I won't die. I just keep going, man. I keep living with that memory. My mom watched it. Watched while the dude stabbed in my chest. It was cool. It was cool, man.
I have a very tangled up thing with my husband who died in 2014. He was an alcoholic, so I think I still need to. I mean, there's things I feel I have horrible guilt for not managing to save him, even though I know that he can't save him. So I feel really bad and awful that he died in the way that he did. But also, I think I still am kind of angry with him for kind of destroying our life. So I probably still need to forgive him a bit for what happened, but also forgive myself for not being able to sort it. There's an analogy which I was thinking, which is one of the most helpful things around grief, because people sort of think of it as something that kind of gets smaller and easier to carry over time. But I find that's unhelpful because it doesn't really go away. So instead you need to think of grief is like a ball in a jar, and at the beginning, when it first happens, the ball fills the whole jar, and that's takes up your entire life. And then sort of people would think the ball starts to shrink, but actually it's the jar, and your life starts to grow around it. So your life expands, you have new experiences. So the grief is always there and it never really goes away, and it's always a thing, but you have more life around it that helps make it easier to carry.
To forgive is my brother. I have a scar on my face because of him, and I always forgive him because I love him. The scar on my face just is a reminder of kind of the trauma and the abuse that we both go through, and how aggressive we could be in very fragile times. He builds up emotion, and I also build up emotion, but I don't take it all out quickly. I mostly just to take it on myself, but he takes it out on other people, like, or he blames me for a lot of things that are mistaken, but it's really like, you can't blame somebody else. You can't. Not a person, but in a way, not to be like sexist or anything, but just men. Just need to forgive men. Being encountered with a lot of different guys, you know, dating wise, I would just like to forgive men for the way that they treat me in a certain way. And to be more clear about that, just as in not respecting women's boundaries, not considering their feelings, and just walking on the street and being honked at, or going to the bar and the bartender's calling you, things like that. Like, that's why I need to forgive men, because I think that they don't understand the type of trauma that something like that could do to another person. And not all of them do it, but there's been a lot of men that I know that are good people, but still have that same type of persona on women, as in you could call them straight off the street, whistle at them, and you think that it's okay to treat another female like that.
So I think I need to forgive like people who like were mean to me and had to like bullied me, because I used to be really like mad at people for it. I don't know, now that I've like, you know, it's been a year since then, like it feels like almost something was wrong in their life, and that's why they were taking it out on me. One of the things that like really brings to my mind is when one time, I don't know, I was wearing like this sweater, and it was maybe in like 10th grade, and this guy, I actually got a compliment from somebody, and I sit down next to this guy who was like the cool kid, and he told me, how do you always dress like your homework? And I don't know, it was just like really like, because I was really self-conscious, and he like hit where it was like very like a soft spot for me.
Why was that a soft spot for you?
I actually was like living with my mom, and then she was drinking with like the partner she was with, and she would always like change partners. Because of that, like I had to move out to a friend's house with my sister, and it kind of almost felt like, you know, we're sleeping on people's couches, so I guess it kind of did feel like I was homeless at the time. But I actually just thought about it now that you asked me about it.
Really didn't connect that.
Yeah, I didn't connect it at all. Next time somebody tells me that, I'll take it as a compliment, honestly.
I know, right?
Hey guys, welcome to Forward. We're a new type of doctor's office that's providing preventative primary care. We've got world-class doctors support.
Enough. I don't even know what I want to say. I want to forgive. I had a teacher in my life that was. I mean, he yelled at children. He was kind of mean, but it was years ago. I need to let it go. I need to learn to let that go. I mean, as embarrassing as it is, I have to admit I've had several dreams just of me telling this person how much I hate them, and just because it feels like in a just world, I want them to know that I feel like they made my life worse, but I know that that's silly and that shouldn't matter, and it shouldn't make my life better, making their life worse.
Probably my dad. I think that's like a pretty common response, I would imagine.
The person I would need to forgive is my dad.
My father. And the reason is that he was raised in a very repressed German, Russian, Christian family. He never could understand that I was gay. He used a lot of physical and verbal abuse and violence towards me, and it has affected my whole life. And I should forgive him because it would probably clear a lot of baggage for me, but it's hard to forgive him because it has such long-lasting impact. That shows up all the time.
And so he agreed with you because he knew you were gay, or?
Yeah. There wasn't just a moment, there were lots of moments, there were lots of years of it. The way I got through it was by both becoming really introverted, but also becoming an attack animal. So between that, he would corner me, and then I would just go into ugly rages.
Like when my parents split, it gave me a very messed up image of like what men should be like and how I should be treated as a person. But I think I
put myself in abusive relationships, and so now my views on love are like super misconstrued. But it started like all the way from then, you know? So I think that if I let him go, when I'm being loved correctly, at least I will know.
My dad and I have a good relationship, but we don't get super deep emotionally. And at some point in time, I'm gonna have to be like, "Hey, man, like, can we do that?" It's probably my answer. Have you ever seen a movie called Smoke Signals?
No.
The very final scene, there's a poem, and I don't exactly remember. I think it's called something like, "If we forgive our fathers, like, what's next?" It's interesting. You should watch it.
Like my dad left the country when he was like 18, you know, and he was kind of like a weekend kind of dad. You don't see him part time. He was like my best friend too. So, and it's interesting too because like I'm like at a point in my life where I'm really like 25 is like you kind of enter like a different phase in my opinion. Like 18 to like 24ish, that's like kind of figuring things out. You go into the adult world. 25 and beyond, I don't know, maybe until like 30, 32. It's like sophomore year of like adulting. If that makes sense. It's kind of like a different phase. But yeah, you just learn more about yourself and you're like, man, I have this like all this shit that I need to get out there. I don't know what trauma to talk to about it. But yeah, I think I do forget them deep down.
Yeah.
But it's like, you just want to have that conversation. It's just those little things. It's just like, you know, it's like I hate it, I'm going to college now, or like, hey dad, I'm going to the military now. Or just like, just be there like in your life and shit, you know? Like, I'd be the best dad in the world. I mean, I'm tooting my own horn, right? But like, my kid's gonna be a champ. My kids, there's gonna be multiple, you know, they're all gonna be great little bastards. They're gonna be phenomenal. Like, you're gonna get like 100% of my love and devotion and everything.
Probably my father for killing my mother.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Probably my father for killing my mother. Shot my mom twice and shot himself out. If I think about it, it's like I remember just like it just happened. Me and my brother, we were going to see Ocean's 11 that morning in the theater, and my sister called us about an hour into the movie and said that mom and dad weren't answering their phones. She's received calls from both their work. It wasn't like them to not show up for work, and they were always at work, always there early. And we were about a mile from the house, like across this one bridge to get to their condo. And I just felt my stomach drop. Like I knew something like terrible had happened. I remember them yelling, man, were you okay? So like for a split second I thought, that she was alright. And I thought things were like maybe okay. Like, but yeah, it wasn't. Like I tried to run upstairs and push through the officers. They tackled me on the stairs and didn't want me to go in there because I don't need to see what's in there. How old were you? At the time I was 22. Never saw it coming. Like, it was pretty wild. Man, for quite a few years, and I'd say for the first 10 years, like it was really hard to even speak about it without just breaking down. Kind of gave up on a lot of things that I had going for me. Like I just kind of like lost interest in care for a minute. Ended up homeless and like strung out on drugs and a few different things. And it was I mean I can't blame that exactly, but I knew that was like part of my thing was like I just wanted to run.
With everything you've been through, you still want to forgive your dad?
Yeah, I mean I kind of like I don't know. I guess like I don't really know about forgiveness and stuff. I guess like I'm supposed to forgive people like before they pass away or whatever. Like yeah, so I don't know. I don't want anything like not like ill on my conscience or anything. Like I can't say I hate him. Like I hate what he did. I don't understand it. It just totally baffles me. Like especially like when I used to see him like wake up every morning and read his Bible for like an hour or 4 in the morning every day, like before he started his day and stuff. Like I just don't. It don't make sense to me. I guess a lot of it. But I don't know what he was thinking. Like he never really talked a lot to us like about his feelings or anything. He was like ex-military and like he was in around the time when they like basically beat it in their head that that any kind of emotions were just a sign of weakness, so they weren't supposed to have feelings or anything. Like he was a good dad to his kids. I mean I can say that. Like he did a lot for us and like always put us first ahead of him, but other than that, it's like, I don't know, like, he's like most selfish thing ever, like, We didn't have to take her with us if we wanted to go. I mean, I don't know. I never know what really happened in that day in that room or whatever. I just know like the outcome and what the police report says and everything.
If you could have one message for everyone, what would it be?
What would it be? Ooh, I don't know. Life is too short for negativity and stuff. I don't know. Like, if there's anyone in an abusive relationship, like, get out before it's too late. I guess. I don't know.
Okay, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Thoraya here. I just wanted to say thank you for watching this episode. I love you all, I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next week.
Honestly, what she's doing much better. Again, I'm not a doctor, lawyer. I don't have a license election experience in this field. So I'm just a YouTube, a fight guy at YouTube, doing YouTube videos. Okay, she's better. She's doing better than some doctors. Okay, again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't have a degree and a knowledge. And going to school for medical school or what. But then, if you watch her video, she's putting put people in a comfort place that they let them talk whatever. Yeah, I like it with China and with contents, and people like also, and she bring out the sad joy, both the sad joy, the painful and good memories of people, and don't judge people how they act or how they look or what, and because you never know. And that's two options. Those saying, first look at look at the mirror to see what it is and ask people what they think of you, and don't judge the book by its cover because you never know how it is. Okay, see, I'm going to put all the information. Okay.